Did you know Washington has had a ready-made blueprint to fight fraud since 1983, a plan that could save billions of your hard-earned tax dollars? And yet, it remains largely unimplemented, especially now, as massive emergency aid packages are being sent out. It's a stark question about priorities and accountability in our nation's capital. Before we dive into this critical issue and what it means for you, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics and understand the forces shaping our country, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to bring you more in-depth analysis. The news is stark. Congress has had an anti-fraud blueprint, often referred to as Green Book readiness, since 1983. This isn't some new, untested theory, it's a well-established framework designed to ensure that government programs, particularly those involving financial disbursements, are secure against fraudulent activity. The core idea, now being pushed by some, is simple and incredibly logical: tie Green Book readiness to emergency aid. This means that before any lending program, grant initiative, or direct payment program can receive emergency funding, it must demonstrate that it meets the readiness standards outlined in this long-standing blueprint. Think about the sheer volume of money flowing through Washington, especially in times of national emergency. We've seen trillions allocated for everything from pandemic relief to infrastructure projects. Without robust anti-fraud measures, a significant portion of this money can, and does, fall into the wrong hands. This isn't just about minor scams, we're talking about massive siphoning of public funds, money that could be used for schools, healthcare, or to truly stimulate the economy for the benefit of the many, not just the few who exploit loopholes. The failure to implement this 1983 blueprint isn't a minor oversight. It represents a systemic weakness, a vulnerability that has likely cost taxpayers hundreds of billions, if not trillions, of dollars over the decades. The fact that this tool exists, yet isn't a prerequisite for emergency aid disbursement, raises serious questions. Why has it been ignored for so long? Are there powerful interests that benefit from the current lack of robust oversight? This issue affects every single American taxpayer. When fraud occurs, it inflates the national debt, it reduces the effectiveness of government programs, and it erodes public trust. Emergency aid is meant to be a lifeline, a crucial tool to help citizens and the economy during times of crisis. Allowing it to be a conduit for fraud negates its purpose and can even exacerbate the suffering it's meant to alleviate. Imagine the impact if even a fraction of the aid sent out during the pandemic had been diverted by fraudsters. That's money that could have reached families, small businesses, and essential services. The push to tie Green Book readiness to emergency aid is a call for accountability and responsible governance. It suggests that before we pour more money into programs, we must ensure the existing plumbing is sound, that we aren't just building on a leaky foundation. This isn't about creating new bureaucracy for the sake of it, it's about finally utilizing a proven system to protect public funds. The possible outcomes of adopting this approach are significant. Firstly, it would likely deter a substantial amount of fraud, saving the government and, by extension, taxpayers, vast sums of money. Secondly, it would increase the efficiency and effectiveness of emergency aid programs, ensuring that the funds reach their intended recipients. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, it would begin to restore public trust in government's ability to manage taxpayer money responsibly. Conversely, the failure to implement this, or any other meaningful anti-fraud measure, signals a continued willingness to tolerate waste and corruption, which will only further alienate citizens and damage the nation's financial health. This isn't a partisan issue. Protecting taxpayer dollars should be a common ground for all elected officials. The existence of a 40-year-old blueprint that addresses this very problem, and its continued underutilization, is frankly astonishing. It suggests that sometimes the most effective solutions are the ones that are most easily overlooked or deliberately ignored for reasons that are not in the public's best interest. So what do you think about this? Should Green Book readiness be an absolute precondition for all emergency aid disbursements, no exceptions? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a critical moment for fiscal responsibility in Washington. The tools to protect your money exist. The question is whether our leaders will finally choose to use them.